mildly mentally
disturbing.
We should have probably all been in an asylum or something.
Oh, yeah.
For
yeah.
that.
And you know what's so funny about my job, right, is so that day, in case anyone listening, this is my radio brain going like, we're taught to, when we're talking to these things, imagine someone's listening, they have no idea what you're talking about, reset, there's some industry stuff for you on Game Changers. But like we wanted to make that opening ridiculous, and it was just like, can we get a marching band? Can we get a mascot? Can we get an old man? And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know what the crazy thing about my job is? And a choir, and then them singing a song that I wrote was one of the highlights of my career. But what is so funny about my job is like that was just, it was stupid, it was outrageous. The accolades we got from within the industry of people around our network and abroad messaging us going That's like, cool. This is awesome. Like this, and a lot of places they would have stopped at the first ridiculous thing like the choir. But whereas when you watched what transpired that day, it was we just went next level, next level, next level. I mean, I remember getting a call the day before that from the line dancing community of Townsville going, we've heard about this thing. Would you like us to come and do a dance? I said, fucking
amazing.
Of course I would. Absolutely. Where have you been for the last 3 weeks? So like
you just got the croc.
Yep.
You got the croc.
Yep.
Croc mascot was there.
Bobcat.
Like, did you know he was coming, or did he just? Okay, good.
Yeah. No, we went. We aimed big for that. But that's the thing. Like, we sit in meetings and we go, right, who's the most absurd person that we could get here? Let's aim for the stars. And he ticked that box.
That's perfect.
And they were so up for it, which was really cool. And he actually had to, because he lives in Charters Towers, and it was on a Saturday, that event, so not his working week. But his team, like he got a hotel room in Townsville so that he could come to the opening of a Travelator the next day. Which was crazy when his media chief of staff rang me and said, "Yeah, we're going to do this. Like we're going to put him up in a hotel. I'm going to be there too." I'm like, the expense of the taxpayer, right?
It's not even his electorate. He's not even Townsville.
He was
West.
He was so up for it. So, but it is so funny because those are the days where I go home to my wife Lucy and I go, just can't believe sometimes my job is like the stupider the idea and the more absolutely ridiculously dumb it is. My bosses go, fucking great work, mate.
Let's do it.
That's awesome. So,
but that's a great thing about
local radio. And then we're going
to
get the most stupid looking suits that we're going to dress up in as well.
Can't take credit for that. That was Jake.
I think the way you lean into it helps a lot too. So you come up with the idea and you're like, okay, we'll see if this gets legs. But you guys give it legs. And I think that's what sells it. Because every day you're going, Trevor the Travelator, this is going to be amazing. And you're talking like it is actually going to be amazing. And it was. Look, I don't want to take the wind out of
video's incredible.
But
the what?
The video's incredible. Like you see all the things going up and down and mascots.
But it's just so silly.
But if you weren't selling it every day like it was the best thing since sliced bread, it wasn't going to be.
No. But I mean, I'll still never forget the day I got an email from that shopping centre with a press release announcing the retirement of the old one. And I printed it off and I walked straight into my content director's office and I said, mate, this is going to be huge for us. So this is going to be huge. And I was just, he could tell like sometimes, just like when you get excited about anything in life, when you are passionate about it, like that was the hill I was dying on that. Like I convincing my whole team, look, guys, this is what people are going to talk about. Like we've got a chance to own some history in this city. We're not going to get a Travelator every day of the week. We've got to take this now.
Been 40 years.
Yeah. I mean, that press release was incredible. It was like 8 million, like the stats they had was just phenomenal. So I'll give a good shout out to the guys at Townsville Shopping Centre and Megan and the team there because they were just, I mean, for them it was like heaps of free press, so they loved it. But getting the community around something fun and local like that was, it was just awesome. And to see the croc there was really cool.
How do you go with local shops that are near that and they're having a choir play and a marching band and everything else and they're trying to sell a Vodafone Nokia 3310 or 2 donuts at the coffee shop and everything like that? Do they go, guys, we're trying to sell business here?
Okay, great story. Again, the weeks before we opened that thing, if you'd been in the shopping centre, all the wooden boarding was up and we were filming some extra content that day and we walked in a flight centre and we said to the girls, we kind of barged in with a mic and a guy with a big camera and we said, we're just doing a video about Trevor. Do you guys have any thoughts about Trevor? And normally when you go to, especially like a brand like Flight Centre, it's a big national company. you might get, hey, like we've got to speak to our managers before we speak to the media and things like that.
Or they don't get to listen to the radio in the morning because they've always got a client, so they don't know a clue what's happening.
Exactly.
Anyway.
But we were marched straight in there, and then we were like, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the Travelator. And they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, we're just sick of this bloody scaffolding. When's it going to open up? One girl went on this huge rant about how because of the no Travelator, she's got to walk around the shopping centre to get to her car park and blah, blah, blah. But we were asking them about, how they felt about it. And then they started telling us, we've already spoken to our sales team, and we're actually going to be running special sales to mark the grand opening of Trevor and all this stuff. And then our video guy, Tom, who is the biggest introvert ever, he's an absolute weapon. If you've seen his videos, they're incredible, but he's a real big introvert at heart. And he just comes out with, well, you should run the slogan, book now, travel later.
Oh, that's good.
And the girls were like, we're still in that. We're taking that back. And so all the shops got around it. I think they were just pissed off at how long the thing was closed for.
Yeah. Ridiculous amount of time.
They did a hell of a trade that day.
Oh, yeah.
The donut shop, even the bubble tea.
Yeah.
We got our free coffee. I went straight around. No, after we sort of dispersed a bit, straight around, I grabbed my free coffee straight away. The line, they couldn't handle it. There was only 3 people behind there. There was just so many. Yeah.
Jeez, I was too busy doing weird shit that day.
But they all got plenty of trade. No one's going to complain about more customers. So
Great fun.
How do you hold microphone for 2-3 hours on a day like that, though?
What do you mean? Just
to constantly, it's just a Travelator at the end of the day. But you've got to engage everyone on air still, because you would have been 2-3 hours of airtime for that.
Yeah,
you?
There's a lot going on. We call them outside broadcasts when we take the show on the road.
That's an OB.
Industry chat. But there is a lot going on because when we're live, obviously there's a song on. There's someone back in the studio who turns the mic on, presses the next button to play the songs, and they're constantly hitting you with timings of 90 seconds to go, 60 seconds to go. And then we're also thinking, whilst that's happening, we're looking around. That was a very overwhelming, overstimulating day. You're trying to engage with members of the public. You have to be really, obviously, friendly and kind, which is normally in our nature. But there is pressure of, we're still delivering a radio show, which, let's be honest, the majority of people are listening to rather than seeing. So whilst you have to maintain your friendliness to the crowd in front of you, you're also thinking about most people are in their car. So you've got to deliver a good product. So he's counting down. You're also thinking as well, we call them an hour of radio is like a clock, right? So I'm thinking, right, we've got 2 ad breaks at 20 past and 22. So we're trying to think, right, we've played 2 songs. How many? Right, we've got a 4-minute talk break here. Let's try and do that. And there's quite a lot going on, but, you have to lean into how fun and absurd it is at the end of the day. And Bob Catter caused us huge problems that day as well because he was running late due to some kind of emergency. And we had this whole vision of, well, he's got to be the second guy behind us on that Travelator. It's getting close and close, and the shopping centre was putting a lot of pressure on us because we had to fight to do it at, I believe the first ride was 10 past 9. I think it was 10 past 9.
First ride.
it was early.
The first ride. First ride was 10 past 9. But Woolies was putting on quite a lot of pressure because they opened their doors, I think, on a weekend at 7. And they wanted that thing open at 7, right?
Yeah.
So I begged for 10. They said 9, compromise, whatever. And then I'm getting it 5 to 9. Bob's not there, and his chief of staff's going, there's been an emergency. I'm like, don't tell me that right now. Just tell me when he's going to be here. Can you hold off for 20 minutes? I'm like, no. There is about 150 people here. I'm just feeling the pressure. And then, anyway, he was 10 minutes late, but nobody noticed. And he went up and down. And
he did his own sort of entrance.
Oh, mate. When he came down with the marching band.
He just sort of came down and he was sort of like Jesus coming down there.
Do you know what was the funny other story about that was when the vision for us, we just wanted to get Bob Catter coming down that Travelator with the croc.
The hat and the croc.
Hat and the croc. I mean, you can't write that stuff. That was the money shot, right? And, Sean, who is the croc, lovely guy. He has just been so helpful for us and a beacon of what's great about Townsville. But the only person I forgot to tell how important that shot was Sean.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just assumed it's all going to go to plan. And Bob was late. I forgot to tell Sean. And it was the most stressful thing ever, trying to convince a man who had just gotten out of his crocodile outfit. He came back into near Boost Juice.
Yep.
And I was on the ground begging him to get back in the suit. And he's looking at it, I said, look, Sean, you've got to get back in the suit because we haven't got this shot. And he looked at his watch, which of course the first thing I'm going is, oh shit, no, he's not going to do it. I'm like, Sean, I'll pay you to get back in that suit right now, whatever it takes. Please, please, please. And he's a little bit, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but his wife was there who said this to me, but he's actually a little bit deaf. There was loud band music playing. He couldn't hear me very well. So then I'm like grabbing his wife. I'm like, please tell Sean to get back in the suit, back in the suit. I have never been more anxious waiting for a man to get changed into a crocodile suit. It felt like an eternity because now Bob Catter's behind us. How long is he going to stay here for? You know, we don't know what he's going to be doing. He's quite erratic.
Yes, that's the word I was thinking.
I'm going to Donnie, right,
Yeah.
you got to keep him here. I'm like frantically looking at the disabled bathrooms where Sean's going. I'm like, how fucking long does it take to get into a crocodile suit? This is ridiculous. It felt like forever. And then finally he came out and then, geez, did the two of them just turn it on? The minute he came around the corner, him and the croc were just, you know, he was pretending to shoot him with a rifle.
It's amazing.
And Sean was like having goes at him, come on, mate, we're an endangered species. And it was amazing, but it's like moments like that where I go home at the end of the day and I write stories like that down because I never want to forget how desperate I was to get a man into a crocodile suit that day. It was like the whole day hinged on that moment because my big boss Ryan, who is like our national content director, like when I could tell him that we've got Bob Catter, that was like a high fives all around. Like we've got the shot we wanted, and I was like, I can't tell Ryan that the guy got out of the fucking outfit before he got there, but it was a great day. Brilliant.
Yeah, see,
that's
that's
genius.
and that's what you're circling way back at the start here with
Isn't this a podcast about footy?
Dab and everything else.
Not really.
that
Not really.
You
It's
won't,
a premise.
You won't have that local interaction if you have it as a national
Yeah. That's our big argument.
central thing, you know, like regardless of you and Donnie, but you also have Cliffo on Triple M and you have Wildy and Karina on Power now still and whatnot. You make it central with the 9 radio stations of your popular music. You're missing out on this interaction that you guys have bought into Townsville. So,
but it goes both ways, Pete. You know, in order for that to survive, we need as an industry for every single market that still has a local radio show, they need to be doing that stuff to make people know that it's really important. It makes a difference. It gets ratings. It creates money for advertisers. And, you know, we like to think that's the big point of difference where, you know, when there are great local businesses that we can partner with for stunts like that, we can be marched straight into their office tomorrow to say, hey, we're the guys on The Breakfast Show. We'd love to work with you and your brand and let's do, you know, fun things like that. So I hope it's around for a while, but, you know, money talks.
Is what it is. Look at TV's gone all central.
Exactly.
There's no local, well, there hasn't been, I don't think there's local TV news here, hasn't been for a long time.
I don't think it's been for a good 20 years.
Well, you got
Paul Taylor might do the Townsville Win News, or if he still does.
I think that's out of Rocky.
But then when you're in Cairns, he's doing the Cairns local news, and then he's also doing the Mackay local news.
But that's what I mean. I think all these news presenters, they either live in Brisbane or Rocky. I think there's a major studio in Rocky. So I think our news comes out of there. Or, you know,
Toowoomba.
the reporters and the journos are actually based here, obviously.
Yes.
You have to be, but the presenters aren't. Like
the anchors, they're down south. And I reckon they probably start at like 4 when they do Townsville for 20 minutes. And they do this Cairns and they do Mackay. And but it's a tough gig, guys. Like, you know, we're friends in the media with all the guys who are at 7 and Win News, like Hayden's at Win down here. And those guys work so hard and they're just getting money stripped back from all their resources to the point where some of them are probably having to go out and also film and set their own camera up. And it takes a lot to produce that.
For sure.
You know, we've got the theatre of the mind on the radio. We can create an elephant and a lion having a fight in the background because we just got radio, whereas they got to film that shit. So for us, it's a lot easier, but it's unfortunately the way media's going.
Do you have like a sound effects guy? You got someone who can put together all the, obviously like all the sound effects, and you're like, hey, we want like to have an opener and it's got a thing in the background, like a lion howling in the background, or they can put it all together for you?
Yeah, we have we call them like intros. So if we've got like a segment and you hear, you know, a voiceover and it's all well produced. So we have a team that's I think they're based in Sydney or Melbourne, but we send them like basically a script, what we want. But for one-off sound effects like a lion roaring or, you know, like that's all done by me and Donnie. Really, it's really easy to do actually. So
like dubbing Dave over Call Me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just pop it on.
Call Dave. That's definitely one of you guys.
Sometimes we voice our own stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to have a team there. I'm actually like the new gig that I'm going to is going to be interesting because they're an independent place. So they actually hopefully, they don't know this yet, and I feel sorry for whoever the person is because I'm going to be in their office all the time. But if there's a local audio producer, which is the way it used to be, there'd be someone in a little corner studio where you could go, tomorrow I want all this stuff, whereas we kind of have to work because it's a big national team. They're doing that for every bloody station.
Yeah.
You don't get it tomorrow. You get it 3 days, 4 days. There's a bit of a tight turnaround for stuff like that. So
Yeah. You'd think the independent one would have their local guy
I hope so.
or a subby.
I really hope so. They're going to be busy.
But even with that local team, it's going to be you and Brett's there. You're not doing it from up here and he's not doing it from somewhere else. So at least you're going to create that attraction. I reckon it'd be great.
If you ever hear on our show something that happens the day before and then the next day you hear us go, now it's time for this, and it's some really shit song where I'm the one singing the intro or something like that, that's because we didn't have time to get someone to make it. And we're just like hack jobbing it. It's good for tomorrow. We're ready to go.
It works.
Yeah.
All right. Let's rip out the main show.
Hope that recorded. You done that before?
Don't.
Once, and it was not good.
And we sat down and did it again.
No, really?
Yeah. I think we've done that twice now.
It was like 80% of the first one. I said, I was talking to someone about this literally last week. I said, could have been our best show ever.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that was an amazing show. We all looked at each other and went, what a show. And then Rob's like, guys.
Yeah.
We've got
And
a
that wasn't
problem."
even, that wasn't even, it was a corrupt recording.
It was everything.
It wasn't even we've missed pressing something.
What a
It's just
stitcher.
something somewhere messed with our hardware.
And it was on the laptop and the SD card.
That's like, you know that Tenacious D song tribute?
Yep.
Basically, you guys should have done a
We
show. This
did.
is not the best song in the world, but this is not the best show in the world, but we just did that.
Well, we just played it. It was a bit of deja vu for us for everything that we said.
That
so
was
went pretty well.
That was in my house.
Yeah, that
and
one.
I think
Yeah.
I was on the drink that night because didn't have to drive, and so righto, show's finished up. I think that's when we started about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So show's finished at about 9:30, 10. Redo it. All right, who wants a wild turkey?
Yeah, we just kicked off
I think
again.
by the end of that one, I'm
That was midnight 1
a
a.m.
little slurry.
We're like doing the same jokes over again. Not quite the same. I don't hit the same time.
Wasn't
But
quite
yeah,
as
second
funny.
time.
It's like we do the same jokes every week. You're listening to Star 106.3. It's 5:30 p.m. and you've joined us for your drive home. This is On the Ranch. Not quite Star 106.3, but we're about 50% there. Yep, On the Ranch, brought to you by Molly Malones. I'm Rob. You can find me at XRBob on various social media areas if you're really looking for me. The guy sitting across from me, I'm mixing it up this week. He's sitting over there. Morgan Holmes Evans.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's been a long season and we're almost done.
We're almost done, are we?
I think so.
I don't know. The fans demand that we continue.
Well, that's the thing. The NRL finals are almost complete, but are we?
They're fine. They're done as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't care about any others. Pistol blazing, 2 guns is here.
Up the lines is all I'm going to say.
Back to back.
Back to back.
No?
Follow it next year to back again.
I'm surprised. Oh, dude, look out,
cares?
straight going for the
Yeah.
Moving on.
third one.
Yep,
Ah,
it's. I said it earlier. We had one hand on the cup this year, and I reckon we've got 1.5 on it next year already.
Look, to give you credit, you have been saying back to back pretty much since this time last year.
Yep.
So
But he said that about the Brisbane Heat and the bloody
Nah.
Queensland Bulls
Nah.
and pick a team.
Nah. So you see, when Penrith lost their first grand final, they went on a 4 premiership streak, and Lions are following in that footstep.
yes, well, that's the end of one dynasty right there and the start of another one, as they say. Billy's here.
Hello.
He's got a remote microphone. We're calling it, or microphone on loan.
Yeah, Pistol and I'll share one here and there.
Yeah, as we go. And the reason for that is special guest tonight from Star 106.3. It's Archie.
G'day, guys.
Wow,
How good.
We?
What time is it? I've been up since 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's
late.
It's late for you.
This is an honour. I've been listening to this pod for a while. I know you guys have invited me over loads of times, and I'm a bit of a sucker for an early bedtime because of my job, but it's great to finally be here on grand final week too. I actually feel like not the right person for the job tonight.
Crescendo of your season.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Unfortunately, Cowboys not involved in either the men's or the women's, but is what it is. It's,
He's been up all day, but he fails to tell you that he finishes at 9 a.m. every
today,
morning.
to be fair.
And then
My boss is away this week, so I was
and
out
then
of
they usually fluff around for an hour and a half looking at clips for the tomorrow's show. So by 10:30 he's out the door having a swim, and he's had a nap by 11:30 till about 2 in the arvo every day.
tough life.
You know what hurts about that, Pete? I was going to come on this pod and say I got to watch you work for a change the last 7 days of my life, but yeah, I need a new Sparky because Jesus was dodgy. I tell you that much.
Sounds like-
Hey, whoa.
Sounds like the life of a Sparky. That's for sure. Having a nap at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no. Speaking of trades, we had a long discussion about trades and many other things in the Patreon chat, which went for just shy of an hour.
Great Patreon.
tonight. So, look, if you're looking to subscribe to a Patreon, if you want to give us money, head on over. You get a drink at Molly's.
You do get a
If you
free
sign
drink
up.
at Molly's, yes.
Yeah. I believe Cole's still honouring that.
Yeah.
Just
Bloody
to
oath
say
he
you
is.
just hit him up.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, and you just got to show your membership on your phone.
I'm pretty sure that he doesn't keep tabs, so it's almost at least once a week.
Don't give it away. He does listen. So yeah.
What's the longest Patreon special like runtime you've ever done?
Or we try to nip it in the bud at about an hour.
Right.
Hour and a bit.
At the
A
latest.
little longer than that, people start to fall asleep. Yeah. So I'm surprised they go that long, to be honest, but they do. Our good mate in Switzerland listens to every second. So,
Shout out, Carsten.
Shout out, Carsten.
We love you.
Yeah.
That's cool. My
He
best
is-
mate lives in Zurich. Thought it might be him for a minute.
Oh.
He's
Well, it
just
could
outside
be.
of Zurich.
Yeah, well, whereabouts?
Yep.
That's a good question. Outside of Zurich, as I said.
It's not Basel? No, that's ages away.
No, that's a bit more south.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
bit more near Bern, I think. That's
Oh, Lake
yeah.
Burns, yes. Well, I don't know.
Actually, you go a bit further south, you go to the Matterhorn, where the Mat is, and you go a bit further south than that, and you got Lake Como in Italy.
Been there. Nice place.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful. If you can't tell, I've been on Google Maps lately planning a trip, so I'm pretty across the European continent.
Yes. That Patreon chatter is courtesy of YesPF in studios with Grace. YesPF.com.au. Yes Property and Finance.
SPF Studios.
Well, or it's Fusion Network Studios.
Yeah, that's got,
Which one sounds
that's
better?
got a good ring to it.
It does.
The old Fusion Network Studios sounds good.
Look, if you're looking for our faces, because here they are, you can, where are they, Bill? Like, share, subscribe. And if I do that, the subscribe bit goes back and forth over top.
Hit the bell.
He's pretty good at it. He puts the little flashes. If you want video production, he's your man.
Yeah, easy man.
He's humble. We'll give him that much. Speakpipe.com/on the ranch. Get on there. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. And you can send us a message. It's just like dialing into a radio station.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
You don't
How
get to
come
talk
you
to
haven't
us live.
speak piped us yet?
Yeah.
I haven't won.
Send us a speak pipe.
It's a voicemail for podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. How come?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah,
You'll
good-
know when
good
it's
answer.
there.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
It'll be there, yeah.
That is a good answer. Very good. Now, we do have a bit of a run sheet here that Morgan has thrown.
My first one ever.
Morgan has courteously thrown
It
this
took
one together.
218 episodes, and I've done one.
I was a little predisposed today. That's probably not the right word, but I wasn't able to do it. So Morgan's done it for us. So I apologise in advance. But
You're welcome. I cut the crap out of it.
yeah, no, you did. It's actually quite succinct. AFL Grand Final
All it
review.
is.
No, there's more to it.
There's a couple pages
There's a
there.
little bit more to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, AFL Grand Final review, and he wrote, "It sucked ass. Who cares?"
Yeah, next.
You're not even a Cats or a Lions fan.
I'm a Neva
Collingwood
fan, but I'm a Collingwood Magpies fan.
Which is-
and I decided to go over John Katz for this final.
That's because he's betrothed. It's for the
She is a
cats.
Cats
Oh,
fan.
is that right?
And I just kind of had a good vibe about the Cats this year. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? They're a bunch of old blokes, and I'm an old bloke, and they're having like the final crack at it before a few of them probably going to retire.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? Let's just, and also, you know, Pete's a Lions fan, so you can't go for the Lions. So I'm like, I'm backing in the Cats this year, and they just they fell apart. They absolutely died in your ass. It was half equal. I don't know if you watched
Yeah,
the grand final.
I did, yeah. I mean,
equal at half time. I thought, right, we've got a game here. We're going good. And then Lions came out, bang, bang, bang. And then I'm sort of just sitting there eating my popcorn. I'm like, oh, this is not good. And then the phone starts lighting up and
then
it's all over.
Lockie Neal came out and it was game over.
thought he was meant
is
to be
that
cool.
really what changed the game? Like,
I
because
don't think so. Oh, it helped. It did help. But I think that Cats played their grand final the week before.
Yeah, I think they're too old, too slow.
like the Broncos, maybe.
Like the Broncos.
Oh,
Go the
too
Storm.
soon.
God willing.
Up the Storm.
Yeah,
They played two grand finals, the Broncos, to be fair.
Go to Storm.
Speaking of, yes, the Broncos versus Panthers was on Sunday. 16 points to 14 for the Broncos getting up over the Panthers. I know, it was disgusting. I hated it. I hated it every second.
Have any of you guys seen a bloke who I used to work with at the? Well, he still works at the radio
Yes.
station, but he's on Power 100 now. He last year got a 4-peat tat with all the years before the game,
Oh,
Bad
and
move.
he decided to get the 5-peat tat.
Oh, no.
And he got 2025 added to the list on Thursday, I believe, is when he got it.
Oh, no.
And
do that?
that, tell you what, it's good for the views though, boys. It got like more than 500,000 hits.
The Big
content.
Rig did that.
The big rig has got
Oh, no.
Penrith 2025 premiers tattooed on his left chest, and he's proud of it. He's he's got very thick skin.
A 5 can turn into a 6 easily.
It took it well, to be fair.
yeah.
That is confidence.
They can
But,
work,
but it worked last year, so
Yeah.
they can work wonders with lasers and stuff
Yeah.
now. They
Yeah.
can remove stuff like
I
that.
love me team and everything, but I don't know. You see other people getting premiership tats and back
what would
to
it
back
take?
and
Come
all
on,
that.
what would it take?
I don't think I could.
Not a preempt. I would never preempt.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, but even now, like
It
a
feels like
Lions
bad
back
luck.
to back, I
Yeah,
don't think
I'm waiting.
I don't need it.
I'm way too superstitious to do something like that. Are you guys superstitious?
Yeah, I am a bit.
To a point.
Yeah.
Right.
To a point.
Where's the point?
Well, put it this way. I went to the same person's house, even though it was a different house, but the same owner, and drank the same alcohol.
For what, a whole season?
No, for this grand final. For the Lions.
So same as like I was with you guys last year for the grand final at Pete's place.
Yeah.
So you stayed to the same.
That was the year before.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, no, hang on. That was last year.
yeah, when
was
you
last
smashed the
year.
Swans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was trying to convince Pete.
Jesus.
I was trying to
Smash
test
the
his
Titanic.
superstition because
So-
he was halfway through building Titanic made out of Timu Lego.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
The
And I said, how
Express
confident
logo.
are you at half time? I bet you that I can break that boat.
It had all its pieces, so it's not quite Timu.
True,
I'll
yeah,
give it
yeah,
that.
true,
Give it that. No, you're right. That was at
Yeah.
Pete's. That's my bad. The year before, we were at Andy's.
Okay.
And so we were trying to break the curse this time. But that's sort of where my superstition is. It's not that
I
close.
always piss in the second last over before having to go to bat at indoor cricket.
No, that's a good one.
What do you mean? Like,
Like if I'm batting in the second pair, I'll always go for a third over piss. If I'm batting,
at indoor cricket?
if
Well-
I'm batting in the third pair, I'll always piss in the seventh over. No, even if I don't need to, I'll always go to the toilet.
Just
a
so you
little
know,
nervous.
when you're shaking his hand after a game.
And then
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
field first and I have to go and open the batting, I've got to run to the toilet, piss, and then come back out.
That is weird.
That's a quirk.
I'll
That is
always,
very cool.
I'll always wear a Cowboys jersey on game day for a Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if once I put it on in the morning, it doesn't come off until after the game.
Where do you guys stand on the day after a Cowboys game, right? Let's say they lose. Would you wear a jersey in public the next day?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
not a jersey as such if they've lost, but
I will.
probably a shirt or something still, or a singlet or whatever, yeah.
I've always admired that when I see people wear the team's jersey of the night before. If the result hasn't gone your way, I'm like, good on you.
If it's a drubbing and it was a terrible performance, I might hesitate. Or actually not even leave the house. But, yeah, I'll wear it. Like
Yeah,
Townsville's probably a bit different. I don't know if you'd get away with that in Sydney, or you probably would in Brisbane too. You'd probably see
Yeah.
plenty of Broncos jerseys,
Yeah.
win, lose or draw, because they're just fanatical.
I think for me, like my number one most passionate sport is English football or just
Right.
soccer in general, right? So it's
Yeah.
very, very tribal.
Coventry City.
No, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Oh, never walk alone.
Yeah. Premier League champions, obviously, proper title. But
knew I
I
liked
would
it for a
never,
reason.
I would never dream of wearing that jersey the day after a loss, which is a good thing that they don't lose very often anymore. But it's just, I don't know, it's like a weird thing. But I used to be very superstitious. Like I used to wear a jersey when I watched the games, but I'd only put it on after the referee had blown to start the game.
Oh, really?
So the ref blows his whistle, that's when I put the
What
jersey
if
on.
you worked in a like pub or something? Do you take it with you?
You know, that's when I would bend the rules. You're
Yeah,
right.
right, yeah.
No, that's a very good point. It was mainly when I was a kid. Like I kind of grew out of my superstition. Like, I was so superstitious. I'd be like, if I don't use this towel in this bathroom on this day, I'm like, how does a team in England playing at that level care about what towel I fucking
No, but it's legit a thing. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotten better as I got older though.
You're originally from Newcastle, yeah?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were a Huey boy.
No, born in North Shore of Sydney. Don't hold it against me. Went to a public school.
Vaucluse?
Public school, boys.
I didn't ever had public schools in
They
North
do.
Shore.
Plenty of them.
Nothing wrong with public
Jesus.
school boys.
It's everyone, as soon as I say the North Shore of Sydney,
Where's
it's like,
the
I'm
Mercedes
gone.
park outside of
Yeah,
public school
look.
in North Shore?
There was a lot of them. No, public school. Grew up in a suburb called St Ives, went to Clara High.
And much of a footy fan back then?
Like rugby league?
Yeah.
No, so my dad's South African. So I grew up watching a lot of rugby.
Right.
Rugby
Union.
union. Yeah, like a lot. My dad loves it. My dad hates South African rugby as well.
Wow.
My dad has a huge South African accent, but he would actually probably support the All Blacks over South Africa. Like he just,
Wow.
yeah, like he left during the rough, he left during apartheid.
troubles.
So and he's made a great life.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's made a great life in Australia and he's a very passionate cricket and rugby boy. So I grew up watching a lot more rugby union than rugby league.
Can
So-
you rate Pete's accent?
No, I
Can you do your accent as someone who genuinely can rate it? Can you do
come
your
on.
best South
He
I'm
doesn't-
African?
quarter
He does a
African.
better
Hit me.
one.
It's
Yeah.
okay,
No,
it's
no,
acceptable.
do your best one. Do your best one, please.
Come on.
Come on.
Break it out
Pete,
now,
do
Danny.
it. Let's
Where's
go.
Danny?
The Plains of Pretoria, please.
Yeah.
Listen here, my friend Albert, you just go park your car out the back, otherwise I'll put your garage in a ditch.
That was very good.
Not bad.
That was very good. I felt like I was in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Took it
good.
back.
Very authentic.
As in you feared for your life? Or?
I did out the garage. In fact, the garage is a place you can park your car.
Well, where I was going with that,
Yeah.
are you a Cowboys fan now?
Yes.
I mean, you don't feel obliged to say
No.
that.
Like, to be fair, even though I grew up in Sydney, my circles of friends, like soccer was the big one.
Yep.
Right. And then it was probably rugby union and cricket, and rugby league just in my circles, it wasn't the number one sport. And I never really felt like a huge affinity to any rugby league side. My dad's a West Tigers fan.
Well, commiserations.
That doesn't make sense either.
No, it doesn't.
Because you should be what, Manly fans?
Technically, like, yeah, or the Bears.
Bears.
Right? By where I grew up. But probably Manly. Brookie would have been about a 20-minute drive
I was
from
going to
where
say the North
I grew
Shore,
up.
that's the peninsula out there, isn't it?
Yeah, so yeah, the Northern Beaches would have been close. But that's what I've loved about living up in Townsville. So I got to Townsville February 2022, and living in a one team, one town setup. Like, I've really felt since I've left here how it just sucks you in, which is so cool. Like, I love going to match day down at Queensland Country Bank and just feeling like the whole city's talking about this, and part of doing local radio is trying to reflect on what the community is feeling and talking about. So I've really felt that connection, and I've got a new job, and I am sadly going to be leaving Townsville, moving down to the Sunshine Coast, and people have been asking me, are you still going to support the Cowboys? And I said, yeah, like it's left a big mark on me, and it's made me really appreciate how big rugby league is, of course, in Queensland, but yeah, long way of answering that question.
At least you'll be able to see some of the Queensland derbies. You won't be far from any of them.
Yeah, well, so Redcliffe, how far is that from the Sunshine Coast?
It pretty much is the
Hour?
Sunshine
Yeah,
Coast.
a bit
It
less
sort of
than an
depends on where you are on the
Yeah.
sunny coast too. But
And also, because I know there's the Falcons in the QRL, but I will still be a diehard Blackhawks fan.
Well,
they're
Yeah,
good to me.
still a Blackhawk.
Yeah. And I've got my jersey that you gave me, Pete. I've got a beautiful Cowboys jersey that I will not be giving back to you.
No, I was wondering why you bought that in for.
Well, I was going to put it on, but I might do that later.
Right.
I feel like it's like a podcast. I'm so superstitious that I only put on the jersey after it starts.
once the game starts, yeah.
I was thinking, please don't tell me he's bought that in to give back because he's
No.
leaving town.
He's leaving.
I brought
I'm
a
out.
prop.
I'm out.
The first game that was on the weekend was the Storm smashing the Sharks, 22 points to 14 at Amy Park in Melbourne. Did anyone actually watch this game, or is it just
Highlights.
Just highlights? I had it on in the background while I was doing other stuff.
I think we watched the first half and then had to see the season finale of Heart of Dixie.
Totally. That sounds it's
Oh, did Liz
enthralling.
Lemon fall in love with
Old Lemon and Levon are
Levon?
living happily ever after.
Yeah,
Have you ever watched Heart of
Alligator.
Dixie?
No.
Oh, do yourself a favour.
Oh, get around it.
It's such a good show.
Have you seen? Sorry, a bit of a sidetrack, but my missus has just started watching the story of the Guinness family.
No.
Have you guys seen that? It's all about.
I'm aware of it. Haven't seen it yet.
No.
Did you see his eyes just light up in there?
I
Here, Peter.
am-
Peter's eyes just
I
lit
am-
up.
House of
in.
Guinness, brilliant, like a period drama, all about like the Guinness family. Sorry, I thought that was what we were talking about. I didn't watch the footy, but I wanted Sharkies to roll the Storm and just What about
How's
you
the
guys?
Sydney coming out
I
here?
would have liked to have seen Sharks Panthers. in the
I like
grand
Storm.
final.
Yeah.
I'm happy with Storm.
Yeah. Is that because you're Queenslander and it was like basically the feeder club for the Maroons for
pretty much.
forever?
It was our second team.
To a point.
A lot of
Yeah.
Queenslanders like Sharks.
Hence
Sharks.
the
Storm.
the South. What is it, the Falcons?
Yes.
They're Storm feeder team. So
Mm.
yeah, you might be in luck there. See some new players coming through. But anyway, Sunday is the grand final. So this Sunday, the 5th of October, and it's Storm versus Broncos. It's
Go with Storm.
Go Storm.
Go Storm.
I think everyone's
Storm.
going for the Storm, right?
Yeah.
You would think
Yeah.
so. You know,
I agree.
We're not massive fans. And I like my new favourite player is one Stefan Otuikamanu, who thinks that there's a few stuck-up players in the Broncos squad. So he's
Yeah, I
going
saw
he's
that.
going to run at them.
I like that.
I believe there was a response from Reece Walsh, but I couldn't be bothered clicking on it just quietly. But,
So you guys are kind of bucking the trend because I thought that, I hear this a lot. People ring the radio station. It's all about Queensland spirit. It's as long as there's a Queensland side in the grand final. And I know it's very, because I agree. I mean, I grew up hating the Broncos because when I was a little kid, it was, Wayne Bennett's immortal Broncos, right? So they were always winning. So
Yep.
they were like the Panthers when I was a little kid, right? So I find that really interesting that, you guys are obviously not going to want the Bronx to win, but there's no part of the Queensland spirit that comes into it.
Not during Origin, yes, but
It's
during regular season, they can F right off.
and look, most of what's running out in a purple Storm jersey is Queenslander anyway.
yeah.
I mean, it started with like Slater and all the Queensland greats.
This is effectively a Queensland derby.
Yeah.
Like it is, de facto Queensland derby.
the Storm's like an Origin team.
And, if Victoria, look, probably the good thing about this is there's no Sydney teams in a Sydney grand final.
You reckon the NRL thinks that?
I hated it.
Well, do you guys reckon this game on Sunday, Storm Broncos, if it was the Panthers in the grand final again, do you reckon the TV audience would be bigger?
It'll be huge for TV US.
You reckon bigger than if the Panthers were in?
Yeah, I reckon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You disagree?
Yeah, I
No, because
reckon.
you're gonna have all the Queensland and Victorians tuning in.
That's what I mean. This will be bigger than Storm
yeah.
Panthers. Yeah, that's
You
what
reckon?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
reckon
think so.
like the New South Wales audience will just switch off?
No, because I think that the New South Wales audience over time shitted off that Penrith had won 4 in a row. So they'd be going, I don't really want Storm to win it because they made 12 grand finals in 20 years or whatever. And fuck Penrith. I won't watch it. Whereas this year you'll have, the Brisbane faithful, what's there, 2 million people? They're all wanting the Broncos win to ride the high of the Brisbane Lions. Storm, there's no
Just had to
AFL.
slot that in there.
There's no AFL left, and so the Storm probably have a bit of Melbourne viewership where Geelong lost the GF. So I reckon you'll see more viewerships here than
And I reckon
Penrith
Sydney
Storm.
people will tune in anyway just because it's a grand final and it's their sport,
Yeah.
yeah.
I reckon it'll go well.
It still sells out. Like
Yeah.
Homebush will still sell 83,000 tickets.
We'll all still watch it.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
we might go, I'll watch it until the Broncos are ahead and then I'll turn it off.
That was a bit like me last weekend.
Well, in the
When
23
the Pies
grand,
lost.
Yeah, no, when the bloody cats shit to bed.
yeah, well, the 23 grand final, because that was when AFL and Rugby League were on the same weekend. And when Lions got darted with a minute to go and they lost, I was that filthy. Didn't watch the grand final at all and actually watched Kandahar. It's a movie. Gerard Butler.
Oh, Pete was on suicide watch when the Lions lost.
I was
I've
filthy.
never seen someone
That was-
so upset.
2023 now.
2023.
Was that Panthers Broncos?
Panthers Broncos.
And when Panthers broke the Broncos' hearts?
Yeah.
That was
'cause-
one of the best grand finals outside of 2015 that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched,
This could be this is shaping up to be the second
I
best.
watched 90 seconds of it. Didn't even watch any preview game, nothing. And then I just kept the look on the phone. Oh, Broncos are up 26-8. This is shit. Don't care watching this movie. And then your phone starts lighting up and you look at it and you go, 26 all with a kick to... We're just going to watch this last 90 seconds here. And then when
was incredible.
Penrith won, it was just
Yeah, that was-
unbelievable.
It was incredible. I've never seen one person just drag their whole team over the line. Like, it was mind blowing.
Do you reckon anything can stop the Broncos right now? The momentum they're bringing into this game, like they've played two of arguably the best games of the season
Yeah.
from a neutral point of view. Can they do it again?
No.
No. No. Walsh is cooked.
Who's the ref? If it's Klein, Broncos have a chance.
No, I don't think
No.
Klein's in it. Klein's
Grant,
out.
Grant Atkins has been named.
Good.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good
He,
choice.
he did.
Klein-
He had a good refereeing game on Sunday.
Klein is the bunker official, though.
Oh, no, you're fucked.
So that could screw us.
Maybe. No, I think Storm going to be too big, too powerful. They've got a 9-day turnaround. They've had an easier run.
Better coach.
I think it might.
Better coach.
Like Broncos played a 94-minute qualifying final. Then they played a bruising 80-minute Penrith game, which went to 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're riding high, but I think they're going to come short. And then the Lions can claim supremacy of the Brisbane team.
You say better coach, right? But hear me out on this one, right?
Yeah.
You are sitting here with a New South Welshman, right? Madge, he wins the Origin last year.
He wins a lot of things.
He comes into and he finally gets the job done for the Blues, which was awesome, if I don't say so myself. Now he's taking the Bronx to a grand final. Maybe he is a better coach.
He broke.
I wish he was still the coach of the Blues. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I mean, you make a good point. In the last year or two, he's had a good run.
He's had a very good run.
Yeah.
He was the coach of the Bunnies when they broke a 43-year streak as well.
Was he?
And in 2014, he was the Bunnies coach.
Hear me out.
And then also he was the coach for the New Zealand rugby league team that beat Australia 30-0 to break
Of course.
that.
Oh, bloody hell.
And
He's
then
super coach.
Yeah.
And then he was also New South Wales last year, and then
Bellamy can get stuffed.
even halfway through the year this year, Broncos were travelling ordinary, and he's overcoaching them, he's overtraining them. Why are they going on a cruise trip and all this sort of stuff? And
Well, hasn't he gone with no dickheads policy? He's straightened him up and he's got, Walsh straight and narrow a bit. And isn't that kind of what's done the turnaround?
possibly, who knows?
I don't think that's worked.
Yeah, I reckon.
As Walsh
He's still
settled down.
He's still dig it. But
I still think Asada needs to come in with that toilet water. I mean,
Yeah.
what's going on there, guys?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, what was in that water?
Ever since.
Yeah.
It's a little.
You know plumbers, Pete. What's going on there, mate? Rob, you were
No
about
comments.
to say something. Come on.
No comment.
It's a whole lot better than what they normally do with toilets, footy players, let's just say.
That's true.
That's true.
Looking at you, Kona Ponga. But anyway, look, aside from Jerome Hughes has a bit of an injury cloud over him. I think that could decide what's going on. What
Is
happens.
who the favourite to win the Dally M? I know we're recording this now, but who's the favourite?
I reckon Teddy.
Okay.
I can tell you.
I
that.
thought I read today Teddy just withdrew from
He did.
Australian selection as well.
He did.
Oh, is he going to play for Italy or just
I
withdraw?
don't know.
He's actually going to play rugby union, mate.
No.
The Wallabies
The-
decided
the-
Don't laugh.
the live golf equivalent. The rugby. What is it? The rugby sevens, the rugby nines.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's shaping up to be pretty good. Bellamy versus Madge. I don't know if that's happened anywhere
I
ever
can't
before.
tell you who is the favourite of a Dalium.
All right.
I thought I'd
Well,
be able to.
I don't think you can bet on it anymore.
No, you can't bet on it.
Since the betting
He
scandal.
never came back.
No,
No.
Oh, boy. Okay, we'll take it back.
Yeah.
I think it's tonight
me,
though. Isn't
yeah, it is,
Dally-M's? Yeah, I'm going to lock it in now. Teddy will win Dally.
Yeah.
I suppose he is. Is he a standout at the Roosters?
Yeah.
You
I
think?
reckon Tedesco wins it.
It doesn't overshadow the whole Victor Radley thing. Doesn't overshadow anything.
Well, who?
You don't think Brandon Smith's going to get the Dally M this year?
Oh, look, too many games.
He's been good.
Bit
When are they going to bring out
bit of
fun
magic
awards,
white powder.
like Scandal of the Year? You know?
They should do
When
this.
are they going to have a bit of who got the most articles in news.com.au? I mean, Reece Wallace would by country mile win that. But
Was it the Razzies?
yeah.
Well,
They
awards like
need
that.
to.
Someone like Batuta Advocate of all people should be running awards like that.
Definitely.
I like your thinking.
100%.
Yeah.
I remember one season, must have been 2019, I think, and it was like the quietest off season ever for scandals in the NRL. It was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. And I wrote a whole song about it. And, it was building up to the core. It was What About Me, Shannon Noel, and it was all about Todd Carney pissing in his mouth. And, yeah, it was just, where are the scandals? And then
all
about a
classics.
week later, something happened. I can't remember.
Something goes down.
All the classics.
Yeah.
Well, you got Dally M Team of the Year. Can we get 1 to 13 of the hottest guys? Hottest and ugliest?
Well, they do that. Don't the podcast guys do that? The
Oh, they probably do, yeah.
There is
Someone
the
would.
100 hottest player. I think they.
Yeah, but the hottest 100. Let's just do 1 to 13.
Well, who's your top 5?
Yeah, who's one?
Reece would be fullback.
No, but who's the top 5? Come on.
It depends on what your criteria. He's most certainly prettiest
Yeah.
fullback,
Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
but hottest.
Come on, it's subjective.
What about Liam Martin? He's a
Liam
pretty good looking rooster.
Former male model.
I fucking hate Liam Martin.
Really? Never would have guessed.
stand
So Reece Walsh versus Ryan Pappenhausen.
Yeah, Pap will have him.
A decent matchup there.
Hang on, we're going for looks or
I
skill?
don't know.
Skill.
Look, you go under
Let the
whatever
flying
criteria
mullet
you
fly.
prefer.
I think Walsh, he's got him all.
Do you go under hair products?
Yeah.
Because Pap's putting something in that hair.
Pap's been over to Turkey. He's got dotted up.
All right. You got Will Warbrick and Xavier Coates up against Karapani and Dean Mariner. Now, I'm taking Warbrick over any of them.
I'm taking Warbrick and Coates over the two of them.
Yeah, for sure. Easy. All right. Centers, Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney versus Katoni Staggs and Gemmet Shibasaki. Tough call, I reckon. Staggs and Shibasaki Staggs is a handful. I hate him.
Stags.
I hate him with a
Even
passion.
when he has a Maroons jersey on?
Nah, Staggs is a blue.
Oh, no, he's a blue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, edit that out.
Even worse. There's no edits on this one, mate. There's no,
We're
what
live
was your
to
delay
air.
button?
Didn't tell you we're live.
Oh, God, where's the delay?
Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes versus Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds. Jesus, youth and experience there, isn't there?
Munster fan.
Munster and Hughes.
Yeah.
I think Munster's got it over Hunt for sure.
Yep.
Actually, I think Hughes has got it over Reynolds.
Catches a better ball too.
In X Factor.
You guys surprised that, Reynolds obviously been out for a long time. Broncos been on a roll. Do you think it was a tough choice for Madge to bring him right back in as soon as he was fit to play on the weekend against Penrith? Because that's such a hard thing as a coach when it's all working. He is older, right?
Yeah.
But then, then you see him clutch right at the end of the game and he wins it for you. But that would be hard for a coach. It's like, they have a saying in radio, never go on holiday because the person who's filling in might be better than you. And they've been on a great run without him. And that must have been obviously it paid off, but tough call.
I think if Billy Walters didn't do his ACL, Reynolds might have come off the bench and they would have still kept Hunt and whoever their 5/8 was. I don't even know who that was now.
Prior, it wasn't Mam. I mean, he came on and made an impact
Mam.
as well, but no, I can't even think.
Or
Of
they
it.
might
I love how
sorry,
biased
no,
you
it was-
guys are
it was
to
Hunt.
supporting the
Don't even
Cowboys.
know
And you
the
don't know
player.
who's in the halves for the Broncos.
it
That is
might-
awesome.
it might have
That
been
is why
Hunt-
this podcast is the best.
Actually, might have been Hunt and Billy Walters in
Some
half,
dud.
and then Corey Pakes was playing 9. I think if Walters doesn't do his ACL, Reynolds probably comes off the bench, similar to Lockie Neal.
I said a similar thing like that, what you said about the Lions. I've been saying for ages that they're better with Neil not playing because he's been injured for a few weeks. And then he came on halfway of a grand final. And
Rest is history.
yeah, it's history. So maybe I'm wrong, but I've been backing that theory in for
But
a
that
while.
leans back on the tough coach question or tough for a coach. Like, do they put Lockie Neal straight back in? They didn't. They held on to him till about half
I mean, it's
time.
kind of genius what they did.
It's good mind games too.
Yeah.
In a similar way,
Yep.
Ezra Mam, they held on to him until
Half time, yeah.
half time,
Yep.
and he came on and brought some energy.
Yeah, energy.
I wouldn't say everything he did was brilliant.
I think
I'm never going to say that, let's
couple
be
beers
honest,
too.
but it is what it is. Stefano Utuikamanu up against Corey Jensen. Yeah, I'm taking
Oh,
Stefano.
Stefano.
I'm taking
Stefano
Corey's
for me.
pretty good. I don't mind Corey.
Yeah, Corey's just solid.
That's a bit of Cowboys bias creep.
Bit of cowboy bias.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Harry Grant versus Corey Pakes. I think
Harry.
that's a no-brainer,
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, Corey.
Josh King versus...
Harry's a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. Josh King versus Payne Huss.
Pain.
Payne, sadly. Sean Blaw and Elise Katoa in the second row up against Brendan Piakura and Jordan Ricky.
I'll take Katoa over Piakura and Ricky, but I would probably take Ricky over Blaw.
Yeah, I'm with Pete.
Yeah, I'm with you there as well.
Yeah,
Not
good
too
call.
bad.
Good call.
And at lock, Trent Liero versus Pat Carrigan. Again, another straight back from injury, straight in.
Yeah, what's the deal with Carrigan? He's 100% in?
Actually, I thought, what was
No,
that?
he was
Suspension.
suspension.
Suspension,
It
that
was
was.
suspension?
My bad.
Oh,
he's
look,
definitely in.
Carrigan's
Yep.
pretty good.
Carrigan.
Carrigan's pretty good.
He is one Broncos player who I do admire when he's in a Bronco.
Yeah. Queensland jersey.
Even in a Bronco, I don't mind Pat Carrigan.
Yeah. Well, Liero is an
Especially in a
origin player.
Moro. Yeah. Same. Now, the bench is Tyron Wishart, Ativalu Lasati, Tui Kamikamika, and Alec McDonald up against Ezra Mam, Kobe Hetherington, Xavier Willison, and Tyson Smoothie.
I think Broncos have a better bench.
I think Broncos' bench is better, but it all depends
I like Tyron Wishart.
how they go about Mam.
Yeah, what they do. How soon?
Because Wishart plays a lot more different, better positions than Mam.
It's a better utility.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed. But I think
Lasati's
Tyson's...
actually Lasati and Tui and Willison's going to be a good matchup. They're two big bodies.
Can't Smoothie play just about anything as well? Tyson Smoothie?
Yeah, they're a bit light on Bronx.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, you only need. Oh, look, you don't want injuries or anything, but
Oh well.
you throw
If a Bronco breaks a leg, I'm not going to cry.
But if you have an outside back that goes down, you need to chuck Mam out there.
Yeah, but they'll shuffle. They might shuffle.
Yeah.
You know who's more likely to crack? Is Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds.
Mhm.
Old biscuit legs over there.
Yeah.
What about Benny Hunt though? You know, he's still shaking off 2015.
I actually saw the grand final replay today. The last
Did ya?
5 minutes of it. It was playing on a screen that I just happened to be sitting near, and I saw the old Ben Hunt drop.
Like, do you reckon at his level, he still thinks about stuff like that? I love reading into stories in sport where the main man, you know, has that moment that costs his team the whole season. You know, like I remember reading about, for me, like with Liverpool, Steven Gerrard, back in 2014, he slips over, loses the ball against Chelsea, 2 games to go in the season. We're pretty well home and dry. And he slips over, like the last guy you thought who was going to make a silly error like that. And, you know, obviously that went down. And I remember reading in his book just about how much that moment affected him mentally for, well, a long, long time. Even for Chelsea, there was their skipper, I hate him so much, but John Terry in a Champions League final, the biggest club moment of his career, slips over, taking a penalty. It comes shooting back off the post. Even he talks about, because that's the last game of the season for months and months and months, and it just affected him for so long. And you just think, I wonder, I mean, it's been 10 years, and he's played in grand final since then? No, of course not, because he's been with the
First
Dragons.
one.
This is
Yeah.
his first one.
So, you know, like it's a big moment.
I think it affected him for a couple of years there.
Oh, for sure.
It'd have to.
I think he was out of form. Well, that or he was out of form, but it just seemed to have something playing on him, and everyone was hoping he would drop the ball anytime it went anywhere near him.
Do you reckon that you're a Melbourne Storm player, when you're in a ruck or whatever, you're trying to cop a sledge his way to remind him of that during the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Every time you kick it to him, you'll be saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime
I was genuinely happy for him the other week when he
Slotted
won
the
game off
field
Bird.
goal.
And, you know, like I was like, you know what? Good on you. Like he's bounced back and good on him. Good on him.
good on him as a person.
Yeah, as a person, not as a team, but as an actual person. I went, you know what? 2015, we had our great time.
Yeah.
And if this helps him get over that disaster, then good on him.
But I also hope he loses.
But you're right. Those are moments where you got to just, if you love the sport and you respect the moment, you just go to get up and face all the adversity that you've done for 10 years following that. He's a tough stints at the clubs he's played for, like to come back and have a moment like that. But again, maybe that was their grand final.
What if he does do it again, though?
But that's like when you're playing. That's like playing basketball in your
like
front yard.
it's-
You know.
Maybe not Golden Point, but
I'll tell you what, if it goes to Golden Point, I know where
It's-
that kick's going.
it's 16 all.
what,
It's 16 all again, and Storm are kicking off with a minute to go, and it lands right on him. And does the same
100% the
thing.
Storm supporters are yelling at him, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it.
Oh, yeah.
Because whatever gets in his head.
But I think he overcome all that when he did that charge down kick against the Blues. Not to rub that in, but when he ran the field, I
Yeah.
think that was probably his
Yeah.
righto.
Yeah,
That,
true.
that game, actually, that whole, not just that charge down kick, I think that game was a turnaround point for him.
Yeah.
Because he's been, he seems to have that confidence back ever since then.
What do you reckon? Like, do you reckon a player, if you ask them, would you rather win one State of Origin series for your state or a grand final for your club? You can only have one. What do you reckon they pick?
Grand final.
A few of them have been asked that over the years. And State of Origin's up there. I think a lot of them do say State of Origin.
Yeah.
Grand final, though, is a whole year's work.
Yeah.
To make it that far, and so hard to win.
Mm.
Like State of Origin, you get 3 shots at it a year. I don't want to trivialize it, but you know what I mean? Like it happens more often. You got more of a chance, provided you're good enough to make the team even. But
American club.
Club's so much harder, especially when a team like the Panthers put on a dynasty like that.
And you with those people all season, you know, for multiple years at a time.
Yeah.
Whereas of Origin, you're with them for, you know, Origin camp and, you know, I reckon it'd be more
Well, you're
club.
busting your guts for 11 months of the year, basically.
Yeah.
If not longer.
Like being a Queenslander, though, I love Origin. Like
Yeah.
it'd be tough. Like I'd probably say Cowboys just, but it'd be a very close race.
I'd take a Cowboys premiership anytime soon,
Yeah.
thanks.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's hard enough to get there. Like I'm still riding Cloud9 from back to back in a different code, but we hadn't done nothing for 20 years either. So, and in that time, Queensland's won Origin 15 times or so in that period. So, we're a bit gifted in that. But as a Queenslander, Queensland was our team before we had any club.
Yeah, true.
You know, until Broncos came in '88, Queensland Origin was our only team to support. So yeah, I think players would rather win a comp, but
That's
winning Origin and lifting that shield, it's a good feeling too.
that's probably why we get it.
Yeah, we get it more.
Yeah, New South Wales just
Just
don't
waiting
get
for
it.
that. Yeah, just waiting for that one.
I just had to
Now,
stay.
how does Origin go with you?
How do you suck so much?
Well, you guys just nipped our coach. That's what happens.
No, but being a Blue, and
Yeah.
does Origin hit home to you a lot, or is it sort of it's good if we win, but it's not the end of the world?
Oh, look, I've always loved Origin, man. Like, I've got to say, it's much easier watching it and losing when you're in New South Wales than it is since I've moved up here. I think I've learned to appreciate it a lot more since living up north. And game 3 this year, I was too terrified to watch it out after what happened in game 1 down at the Riverview Tav. It was honestly, watching game 1 there at that pub it was game 2 because we won game 1 and then you guys won game 2. That pub, the atmosphere and the hostility in that joint, because I was wearing a Blues shirt,
As
at
you
that
should.
pub, watching a game, it was some of the best live sport atmosphere I've ever had at a pub ever from anywhere I've ever been. So when it was game 3, I just watched it at home and I could pretty much see the pub from my house. I could hear, and I just remember saying to Lisa going, best decision of my life, not going to that pub tonight to watch. So I've learned to appreciate it a lot more. I will say this, I do feel like it means more like to Queenslanders, which I think is what makes it so great, right? But I guess we have to tell ourselves that because my entire childhood was going to school on Thursday going, oh, well, let's just get over it and move on, and we're shit and that's just life. Move on.
But you can see it differently, sorry, Morgs, up here when we lose a Wednesday night and then everyone's kicking stones on Thursday and even throughout the whole weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Blues lose, it is what it is. Sort of. That's the attitude. Or even if you guys win, there's a little bit of a rub-in, but, man, if we win, we're ready to go again now.
I've always wanted to. What I've loved about working in radio in Queensland, I've always wanted to do that because you've got to wear your heart on your sleeve and you've got to be who you are. And I always thought being on air during Origin season is that's gold because you've got to be true to yourself. And I've always worked in a duo where the other host has always been a Malone, right? So it's us against them and the listeners just feed you and feed you and feed you. And I think it's what I actually missed this year most was going through Origin on Star 106.3 as opposed to Power 100 because year 1 on Power 100, I made a bet with a listener who said if the Maroons win the series, you got to stand on the corner of Woolcock with a bucket of maroon paint and let anyone rock up and paint your bald head, which I said 100%.
Yeah.
No way. And so it's really conflicting when I'm watching these games. I'm going, okay, personally for me, it's always going to be better if the Blues win from my heart.
Yeah.
But for the radio show, for the next day, geez, if the Maroons win, I am going to cop so much shit, which is going to make it way more enjoyable. And so, it's a bit conflicting because you kind of put, work and pleasure, whatever.
Yeah.
But, geez, I've had some. But, on Star this year, one lady rang up in the morning putting on gee, you doing okay with your Blues? And that was all I copped for the whole 3-hour show. I thought, on Power 100, people couldn't get through because they wanted to lay into me and remind me that I'm a piece of shit. I miss that. I miss that a lot. Really miss it.
Good demographic that listens to Star. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah. We did have some feedback from last year or last week. Well, it's the off-season stuff. Aaron Parkinson's sent in a nice long message where he said, loving the off-season stuff. Glad you guys have had another great season on the air. Thanks, Aaron. I'm glad I'm not the only one finding drive-through slower than going in. We did talk about that. Although I do wonder about where Subway are putting drive-through. Logan isn't the most reputable part of Brisbane. I think it was down that way. Good content on the Craigsley childcare. Super relevant for me as our eldest is due to enrol and we live not far from there. You might want to check if the director is still there, Aaron, but see how it goes. Great to have all 4 back in the pod this week. I guess it'll be another 3 weeks until Pistol is back at his current absentee rate.
Get fucked, I'm here tonight.
And then I bailed on last week's anyway. I was out the door.
Thanks for another great year. Makes driving in Brisbane traffic bearable. Thanks very much, Aaron.
Shout out Aaron. Thank you.
With that, did you hear about the Craigsley childcare centres?
No?
It was one specific childcare centre in in Craigslea.
Oh, sorry. Is this the one who they were holding the kids' paintings for ransom?
Yeah, for
Yes.
2.5
Charging
grand
them
or
2.5
whatever.
grand to buy it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah. How's that even happen?
bold.
Very
Yeah.
bold.
Very bold.
I said, we spoke about it on the radio show. And I said, surely there are a couple of parents saying to their kids, hey, look, little Johnny, if you go in today, just take home a painting. Don't tell your teacher about it.
Yeah.
Surely it had to be a bit of
Smuggle
that.
it.
What does she think the teacher like? They're Banksies or something down there?
Yeah.
None of them were great.
They famously never are.
They showed a few of the samples in there.
Would it make it to your fridge, Rob?
No.
Okay.
Not that. Well, my wife doesn't listen. No. No, my kids don't listen to this one. So, look, I think I talked about it. I've got a door, one specific door in our house, which is actually my office door, and that one gets the good pictures on it.
You're going to have a toilet door.
Well, look, I
That's
did
got
say
the
my
old-
office.
That's got the
Yeah,
old
that's where he
picture
does
of
his hard
people
work.
pinups.
Picture and people pinups. Jeez, that's going back. Sammy Davis said that he also doesn't have a joker. I reckon everyone's used theirs, but doesn't show up for Rob. That's entirely possible, Sam. I don't know what's going on with footy tips. Half the time it shows me the right stuff.
Well, as we know, it's not the world's most reliable site. Half the times I put my tips in and they don't register. That's why I came so bad last year.
Sure, that's why.
That's why I'm doing so good this year because I submit them about 6 times.
This is what happens when Disney owns something.
Yeah,
Just-
Disney. Have
Oh, you guys
screwed
use the
it.
ESPN?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know what else is out there. Like
it's
everyone's using ESPN, Disney.
I think
footy
you're
tips.
right.
I think a whole bunch of people got zero this week. I think they've been boycotting Disney for
Oh, yeah.
reasons.
Oh, Disney's disappeared on my TV. My partner, she's axed
Really?
it. Yeah, she removed it. It's gone. Axed it.
You sure the subscription's been paused, though, or cancelled?
That's what I'm told. That's what I'm
Okay.
told. Yes. Yep.
Why?
Wow.
What's she hating Disney about?
the Kimmel.
You have to remind me. Yeah, the Kimmel thing.
Yeah, it
It
was
the
the Kimmel
Trump,
thing.
The Trump Kimmel thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Disney own ABC or they're a merger or some sort. I don't know.
Yeah, it's complicated.
It is very convoluted. But basically, Disney and Kimmel are in bed or something.
Yeah, right.
Look, I'm not missing it. I don't watch anything from Disney anyway. So it's really hurting her more than me. happy days for me. I got my KO on my Netflix. I'm good.
Disney's just put up their prices again too, so it's
Not a good time.
It's read the room, Disney.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a
it
month
couldn't
free.
be any worse than Optus though.
It's only so much you can watch Titanic in a year anyway.
Oh
That's
please!
a good point.
We've been telling you that for 10 years. It still happens.
I don't know if I might have only had it once this year so far.
A little rumour that I thought I'd bring up. Matt Burton, Cowboys are reportedly interested in signing him. Understood the Bulldogs may consider an early release to fast track a halves combination of Lachlan Galvin and Mitchell Woods in 2026. Now, this does come from, well, it came through Clarkie's page, but apparently it was via Fox Sports. So I don't know who put that out there.
Slow news day.
Matt Bird's agent.
Probably. That's
Most
actually
likely.
a very, very apt observation there.
Would you take him?
Yeah, I think we could find a spot.
I'd take him.
Play him in a centre
Mm.
or on the edge.
Good kicker.
If you could review this season and there's one player or one position you could fill for next season to make a big difference, who would it be?
Ooh.
What's the key part?
There's 2 things I want to say. There's a comedy side of me and a realistic
A
side.
left
The
winger.
comedy side is coach.
Okay.
The comedy side.
That's the comedy side. You say coach because you get the laughs.
You say that he has sat in that exact chair.
I love Payton. That's the comedy side. In theory,
You'd say,
I
your
think we
boy?
all know.
Your rookie of the year?
my boy. No, I'd big front row. I'd shift off Tomalolo. I'm retiring Tomalolo medically, and I'm bringing in a new front row.
No, well, McLean's already retired,
Yeah,
so we need
McLean's.
Tamalolo.
Yeah.
No, that's why we need an actual active front rower who's not injured so much and
See,
plays some more minutes.
I'd go second row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you wrestle out of a team?
Nano is on a thin ice.
Yep.
He's too much in and out of form this year. And I think the other side, and on the other side, there was too much shuffling around. I think we needed someone solid there.
I should quickly just say, the reason I'm reselling Tomalolo is not because of him. It's more the money. He's getting a good wicket for not much activity. Maybe if he took
Could
a bit
be
of a pay
worse.
cut, then I'll be happy to keep him.
Could be Kalen Ponga.
That's true. That is true. But
Same,
I
money,
reckon,
same money for less games.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Adam Reynolds, same money for less games.
Yeah. I just feel it's hurting the team right
More
now.
money, actually.
Yeah.
Reynolds?
Reynolds and KP
Was he going to be more money
Yes.
than Chad when
Yeah.
he was? Okay.
I think Chad signed for 800
Mm.
and they were going to get Reynolds for more.
Yeah, right.
Who would you take, Pete? What position?
I'm sort of with Morgs. I think we need just another bigger body up front. Like McLean was good and all, but he was coming to the end.
Mm.
If we added Tamalolo with a Payne House, for argument's sake, or even this Xavier Willison, like that would be huge. I think we've got an all right cattle where we are. Like we've got Griffin Neem still there. Helam Lukey's going to come back from injury.
Yeah.
John Bateman, look, he's getting on, but he can probably serve the role off the bench.
Our wingers are going okay. Braden Burns,
Yeah, our wingers are decent.
my boy.
I don't think
Derby.
we need Matt Burt. Like we're losing Reece Robson by getting Reed Marnie. When you look at a team off the top of my head and you have Drinky, Burns, Laybut,
Derby.
Viella, or who was the other centre that we had? Purdue, that's right. Yeah, Purdue.
Purdue and Talangi is
Mm.
that is a strike.
You get Talangi on
Pairing
the
to
other
have on
wing.
the edge.
Yeah, you get Talangi. Then you've also got Dearden, Clifford. Like, do you bring Burton in to play 6 or keep Clifford there?
I'm a big Clifford fan. I like.
I'm a
Clifford,
big Clifford fan.
but I'd probably swap him. For
Me
Bird
too,
if I
but
had to.
Clifford can only ever seem to sign a yearly deal.
Yeah, at anywhere.
There's nothing long term going
Yeah.
on there,
Mm.
and so I don't know if he's just got weak representation, or
Needs a
there's
new manager.
something, or he just doesn't train well. I don't know what it is, but they don't seem to want to sign him on for a long
I
term.
think he's going to the Bears in 27.
He always
He's
seems to be a bit
getting
of
the
a
payday.
temp player. He always seems to come in to fill a hole, you know?
Yeah,
And then that's why he gets the year deal, because there's always some other, I guess, a bigger plan coming over the top of him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably unfair for him.
Tamalolo 8, Reed Marnie 9, Griff Neem 10, Lukey Nanai, Cotter, Bateman, Tom McKaylee. I think we're missing just one punching front rower, just as a come in and come go.
Back like
Cohen
young
Hess.
Tomalolo.
Oh, yeah, got Cohen
Yeah,
Hess,
Hess
sorry,
is good,
yeah.
yeah. Young Tomalolo, like that's what we need, not older Tomalolo.
don't forget we had 11 top line players out this year,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big key.
so that was
Yeah.
that was massive.
We also got 6 players in Origin.
Yeah,
Like, and if Drinky can find form, depending on how Dylan Edwards go, I don't think there's too many Blues number 1s lining up outside like Tedesco's getting on. If you lose Edwards, who else is out there for a Blues fullback?
Ask me in June.
maybe,
that's a good answer.
maybe Pappenhausen. KO Weeks, is he a Blue?
No, I have a feeling he's a Queenslander.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Bring back Big Red. Get Corey Horsburgh up here.
Speaking of footytips.com.au,
Oh, don't mention it. I don't know.
I don't know. Look, out in front on the main comp, Amelia on 156 points, 1 point clear of Evelyn and the Yerk on 155 points apiece. 1 game left. You see, what do you do there? Do you go with who everyone else is going to pick?
You got to go on your own.
Yeah.
Go out
Yep.
on your own?
Yeah, you got to.
Do you?
Yep.
But you're a point in front.
Which is what I tried, and it backfired on me. Backfired big time.
Backfailed on you big time. Skyvar and Princess Cahill are on 154 points. No one else can win it from this point on. They can't win it. You don't get a perfect round. You don't get not on a single tip. So
How do you read that thing? Who's winning?
at the very
So-
top there, Amelia.
I can see Amelia, but where's her
Where's
tips?
their points?
Yeah.
Now you're looking at. Oh, you're looking at.
We're looking at
change the round. Where it says round, drop that down.
Oh.
Up, up.
This is great audio
This
right
is
now.
great
content.
Yeah.
leaderboard.
You need any
Oh, here
tips
we
for
go.
you?
There
You
you
radio
go.
show?
Now I'm just commentating the
Taking
change of
notes.
scenery on the big TV. I must say, having a TV, I feel like I'm on the Joe Rogan podcast here when we can talk about things and then it can pop up.
Yeah, we got
perfect.
Jamie over here.
It's good, isn't it?
This is really good.
This is very handy. It's again terrible for radio, but it works.
We're
no,
about-
it's great.
We're about to start talking UFC and COVID vaccines.
Still doesn't have points, though.
Something to do with your resolution because I can see it perfectly on mine.
Okay.
I'm the one reading it out anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, now, if I don't know if we copied this one.
Who's
out.
the
Did
stat
you
person
Yeah,
copy
I
on
this
the
copied
show?
this today.
Okay, Fusion Morgan.
This is fresh.
Now,
Disaster
For
happened.
those of us sitting at the table, apologies, Archer, we don't have your tips, but
That's okay.
Disaster.
sitting in 25th spot on 146 points, Fusion Morgan.
I shit the bed.
But you're beating everyone else at the table.
Well, here's the problem. I did what I tell people never to do.
Back the Bulldogs.
Half hour before the game, I was Panthers.
You changed your
No, I was Bronx.
You changed it.
Half hour before,
You don't do
I'm looking at the team list. I'm looking at Carrigan.
Never
I'm
changed
thinking
it.
about the experience. Panthers have so much experience. They're stacked, playing in Sydney. Oh, Brisbane, sorry. And I'm like, I just think they're going to go up there and they're just going to have experience, and Broncos will get nervous playing at home and blah, blah, blah. And I talked myself into changing my tip. And I shit the bed. Because I was in front of like Hendo.
You were.
I was leading all these people.
You would have beaten. Now, that aside, you would have gotten that one extra point, which would have just put you ahead of Hendo
Yep.
in 22nd.
I know.
But you finished 25th.
I know. It's
Don't be too
disastrous.
sad.
It's a
I
disaster.
know you're hard rating yourself. I finished in 49th spot. Well, I mean, there's still this weekend. I'm on 140 points. The Potato on 129 points in 80th. And 100th. Cracked the ton. Pistol Blazing 2 Guns on 123.
Did I?
Trips.
Well, you got 0 on this week.
Yeah, I know.
This week and last week.
Yeah, I know.
Cowboy Chicken, 101st. 122 points.
Oh,
So you could get it back this week.
how? I thought you tipped Storm Bronx.
Mm.
Oh, didn't submit.
No.
The old,
Changed his
the
tip.
old ESPN, eh? He gets the best of us, Billy. Don't worry.
This all
He
happened.
gets the best of us.
This all happened. All right. Well, this will be pretty quick then. Who wins? Oh, actually, before I go there is the exclusive Patreon tipping comp. The leader there is Grizzly87 on 149, ahead of Hawk for Life on 148, but with a 10-point better margin.
Oh.
So Hawk was out in front until the weekend just gone. He got 1. Grizzly got 2. So Grizzly can protect the lead here and win it, or Hawk could get it back and win on margin. So it's down to the final game. Who would have thought it comes down to the grand final in the tipping? Who would have thought? Speaking of, Storm, $1.67, plays the Broncos at $2.20. 6:30 p.m. Stadium Australia. in sunny Sydney.
Do you like Stadium Australia?
I've shared some pretty special moments in that stadium with my dad and seen some pretty cool stuff there.
But I mean,
It's
as far as location, everything goes,
terrible.
can we just rip it down and pretend it never existed?
The location is so bad. You know, like I don't think I really appreciated how bad it was until I went to a couple of games at Suncorp. And you go, this makes complete sense. It's a stadium in the middle of a city. And even with the Cowboy Stadium, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this 1,000 times to people, but I find it really hard to imagine what it would have been like when Dairy Farmers was here, knowing where it was in the city. I mean, I guess everyone would have, moseyed over to Cannon Park afterwards and
Pretty much.
gone
yeah.
there. But
Either Brothers or Finnegan's, yeah.
yeah.
Finnegan's had a moment there for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Brothers Leagues Club must have been so devastated when they
Yeah.
moved, but it makes sense for the stadium to be in the middle of the city. And yeah, with Homebush, there's just no. They try and manufacture the pre-game vibe where they set up. I don't know if they still do it. I'm sure they do, but they used to set up all these little like tents, like you would see at like a food festival
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And there's like cuisine from everywhere, but there's no massive outdoor bar that's pumping music that there's can bring you that kind of Caxton vibe to it. And
Yeah, there's no Caxton Street right there.
no, there isn't. I mean, but like, the good thing about like the SCG and the SFS is it's in Surrey Hills, it's in the middle of Sydney, and but they can't take the capacity that you kind of get obviously at Suncorp with 52 or 55,000.
Yeah.
So, and it's a nightmare to get home from
It's
Homebush as well.
rubbish.
It's just
It's like a $60-$80 Uber. I was lucky enough
Yeah,
to
oh,
go to
yeah.
UFC at Kudos Bank.
Yep.
It's just a dump. There's nothing there. It's all concrete. It's
Yeah.
hot as shit. And then like there's one pub down the road that's like on the left-hand side. It's like some
Yeah.
theme pub. And that's it. There's nothing.
nothing there.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's just a dead end.
It's an interesting situation for Sydney because they obviously had to build it where there was space out there
Yeah.
for the Olympic Park, but yeah, compared to where it's interesting because they just did a refurb of the Sydney Football Stadium,
Of Allianz, yeah.
but it's the same capacity, I believe. It's just they've modernised it. I mean, when I remember going there are not many sellouts there anymore, but I remember going to a Wallabies Wales like twilight kickoff in the afternoon, and it was like 40,000, and it was so obvious that stadium had outgrown its. There weren't enough facilities to have that many people in it. There weren't enough female bathrooms, I believe, so they had to do that up as well. So it's a shame because there's enough people who love sport to go there.
Yeah.
But meets us that heart and soul of a pre-game, like that moment when you're smashing beers and getting ready.
There's just nothing. I went to the 17 grand final when it was Storm and Cowboys, and admittedly staying at a mate's place out at Cronulla, but straight up, that's an hour and a bit train ride in. We stopped off and had a beer at a couple of places in Redfern and stuff, and then again hop on a train and keep going along. You get to Homebush and nothing.
Yeah.
Like there was one pub in the whole of this everything, and even at Allianz Moore Park area, there's a light rail, but there's nothing there either. There's no hospitality. It's all just Sydney got no idea.
Come on, can I ask you a controversial opinion of mine, but I want to get your boys' thoughts, right? So a lot of the press has been all about the pre-game entertainment, right? Snoop Dogg with the AFL, Teddy Swims. By the time this podcast comes out, maybe he's cancelled because he's had to pull out a few of his shows in Hawaii.
Yep.
Exactly.
Do you guys care at all about who is chosen to do the pre-game entertainment at a grand final?
To an extent.
You do, really?
Yeah, to an extent.
Snoop was cool.
Yeah.
When Snoop was
Snoop
good
was
for
that was very
for
cool.
TV. Even Katy Perry last year was
Yeah.
pretty
Robbie Williams
fantastic.
was the year before, I think.
Robbie was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie was good.
But
Um,
like, see, my controversial opinion is like, you're there for the grand final.
Yeah.
Like, who
You
cares
are.
about
It's a bonus.
And when you're at the ground, the sound's shit.
Well, in
Be echoey
17,
and shit.
and
Yeah.
my only ever NRL grand final was 17, but they had Macklemore, and he put on he got the crowd pumping.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Because I always find it interesting when you watch it on TV, they, especially American artists like that, they'll have like a mosh pit of maybe they let like 100
Yes.
people who are
Which
on the
they
field.
do.
Which they do, but in the stadium, it doesn't look very impressive. On telly, it looks great. My best like iconic moment of a grand final that I went to, I've been to a couple, was the famous one with Billy Idol, where the tech issues like prevented him from starting.
We're
and-
gonna rock.
Yeah. I love my footy. And then the drum just stops and
It's-
there's nothing.
nothing's
And I
going.
remember it was comical because I was in the corner that night. It was Roosters Warriors, was it? That game? I think it might have been.
2002.
Yeah. And then when they were pulling off the stage, like they dragged it over the corner post, and which wasn't on TV, but I remember sitting down there. But yeah, I don't know. I just have this funny thing about like entertainment, like musical entertainment at like footy games and sports games. Because yeah, like the sound just doesn't really translate. But I get from like a TV perspective,
From
it does look good. I didn't watch the Snoop thing. I'll admit I didn't see it.
From a TV, yeah, it does. But I think since you're waiting there, you want kickoff, but obviously you got to wait. I think entertainment is good. I said at the start of this year, I think before the season even started, get Creed.
Yeah, Pete's been backing in Creed all season.
Get
That would be awesome.
Get 2001 Dallas Cowboys halftime show Creed with Scott Stapp just belting it out. If you had something like that,
What about Nickelback?
I'd go Nickelback
Yeah.
over Creed, 100%. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
A lot of yeses
Yeah,
around
yeah,
this
yeah.
table. Rob's he's
100%.
taking his glasses off and he's shaking his head.
well, the AFL usually spend about $5 million. So I think they paid Snoop $5. They paid Katy Perry $5 last year. Surely you could get Creed for $5
$5,000?
mil.
Start a camp,
If
Pete.
you drop 5 mil
50?
in front of Creed,
Grand?
Yeah.
you would not get him here quick enough.
Exactly.
Mil, that is way over budget
That play
for Creed.
the whole game for $5 million.
See, Pete, you talk a lot about.
They pay in AFL. They pay their stars $5 mil. Like when the AFL got the Killers out here,
Snoop was cool, but he was a little underwhelming, I thought. But it was cool. It was still
you had
good.
to
Like,
change
it's
a lot
Snoop.
of
It's
lyric.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, dear.
See, this is you love when I on the radio have a campaign, a story, a narrative. I think this is the start of season 2026. On the Ranch is
Get
going to do
Creed.
get Creed to the NRL Grand Final.
Well, they will.
Yeah, 'cause it's going to take some work.
Well, you got to dream big.
You do.
Trevor the Travelator was just a thought in the sky, Rob, and we made that happen.
You aim for the stars. I
Yep.
mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's exactly right.
Let's do it, Creed.
Bob
I reckon Creed. Creed would be.
We were going to.
Let's lowball him though. Let's not give him 5 mil. Can we offer him
Yeah, we
like
could-
one?
We could offer him one with a skybox
And some
With a sky.
economy class.
and
seats.
a comedy class and 2 nights accommodation at Star City Casino.
Yep.
Jeez.
and
might- you might wanna get
$1,000
Star on
worth
board.
of betting chips and a free buffet breakfast.
Are any of you boys going to be going to Vegas with the cows?
No. Vegas is a
Really?
good time, but I'm not going there with a
Wow.
whole bunch of NRL
It'd be,
fans.
it'd be wicked, but
That
the
surprises
cost.
me, boys.
It's a cost. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
cost.
It's a cost.
Yeah.
It's a bit much for me, but yeah.
I can't believe the club haven't offered to sponsor the podcast for a special episode over there.
Look,
I
we've
can't
reached
believe
out. We've reached out.
Yeah.
Still in shock.
I'd probably lead with that
Yeah.
over Creed first, and then
And
see if I
then
can
see
make
how
that
we
happen.
go.
Yeah, because I was going to say if you were in the States, maybe you can get a
Get
meeting
Creed
with Creed's
happening,
management.
Exactly.
A local meeting, you can always sell yourself better in person.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but last year I went to Vietnam.
Yeah, I was aware,
you
mate,
Can,
yeah.
You can spend.
You
You
Yeah.
barely shared a photo about it. I don't know how
you
I
can
did.
spend so much less and get so much more for 2 weeks in Vietnam than 4 days
You
in
can get
Vegas.
the Vietnamese version of Creed.
Brilliant
Come
idea.
there, the
No
K-pop
one would
version.
know.
Yeah.
I like that.
Creed with a K.
yeah.
See, that's some kind of entertainment I could get
that'd be
around,
good.
you
That
know?
would be good.
Well, if you can get $30 Oakley, surely you can get a Creed with a K.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a genuine question. What would you do to amp up, let's call it, the QCB Cowboys entertainment experience?
Oh, that is a
Yeah.
great
Because I've been
question.
on it for a bit. I reckon
Yeah.
it's a little lackluster sometimes.
Obviously, you can't get Creed for round 4. Cowboys versus Dragons.
So how do we amp it up? How do we get more of a pump up, more excitement?
The
I
big,
fa-
the
I
big
found out a bit-
cowbell didn't last long.
No.
No.
For the North didn't last long
No.
either.
Nor
I
should
thought-
it have.
I thought that had legs. I thought the cowbell had a bit of legs.
I didn't mind the
but
cowbell.
the hammer that they used for it was, I don't know, it felt a bit
It was very
off. It should have been a big gong like
Yeah.
Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Like
Red.
the
Oh, yeah.
Viking clapping Raiders with
Yep.
the horn that's not
Yep.
a real horn works. I think the cowbell could have had
Hey,
legs.
I'm trying to think of like the best like halftime entertainment I've ever seen. Like I've been fortunate enough to see a couple of NBA games in the States, and that's just entertainment personified. You forget you're at a basketball game half
It's
the time
amazing, yeah.
because of all their sports over there. But I found out recently a little bit more about how the entertainment works at a Cowboys game. Won't reveal my source, but a lot of it's to do with every match day. There's a match day sponsor, and it really depends on how much the match day sponsor wants to put their hands in
how
their
much they
pocket
kick in.
to make a spectacle of it. Because I was asking the question of, I don't know if
That
any of
makes
you
sense.
guys went to one of the games during the Origin
Yeah.
period, and so all the stars were out. And I just thought, not only was the energy in the stadium totally off, it was just like, it just felt like nobody wanted to be there. I'd felt that was like, well, we know it's going to be a bit of a non-event. All the stars are out, so therefore, I just felt there was a bit lacking in what was shown on the field that particular day, like
Yep.
the entertainment.
Yep.
It's a good question though. Like, what's the best thing? Because I always like when you're watching someone catch a high ball and all that.
The old bully bomb. That was good. Well, that's the high ball. They'd put the ball in the machine and flick it up. The bully bomb used to be great. That was back at the old stadium. I don't know I haven't seen them do that. They do a race. It was race Valentine Holmes last year.
Remember that?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Dude pulled his hammy.
So the NRLW, we went to the finals game. I took my daughter to that against the Sharks here week before last, and the halftime entertainment I found at that was better than at the men's game.
Really? Well,
What
they
they
do.
do?
So they did. They did the race. Emma Manzelman down the side of the with just an image of her on the screens down the side of the stadium, and a kid ran on and did that. They had like Kiss Cam, but no Coldplay playing. But it's dance for the camera or whatever. Then they had cheer as loud as you can, sponsored by Telstra, and then they had what's the other one, I can't remember what it was, but it had a bit more crowd interaction, and it could have been that there was only, there was about 5,000 or 6,000 people there. It felt like it suddenly lifted the crowd, and at the time, because it's a finals game, and the game was a bit tight then, so maybe it was just sort of the right time for it. But it just felt that, you go to a men's game and what do they kick it in the back of the
Toyota thing.
ute tray?
Yeah.
I find that to be a bit average.
Like Magic Round do it good at half times and even after each game, and they've got to hype it up for the next game. Like they have the bazooka person going around shooting shirts into the crowd. DJs, they usually have a halftime mascot race as well. You're also racing Hamaso or whoever it is. Like if it's Sharks versus Dolphins, it might be Nico Hines that you're running, and then the next game it could be someone else. I don't know. I think freebies.
I've got 3 ideas. 2 which I think they could easily do, and 1 which they'll never do. The first one, we've spoken about this before.
Creed.
We need a tailgate in the Dean Street car park.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do Texas American NFL college football style. Get the tailgating in.
I don't know if the Dean
They'll
Street car
never-
park is an appropriate location.
I'm avoiding every joke there under the sun. The next one, nighttime games like the Chicago Bulls or the New York Knicks. You know, when they come out, they get the lights out, they get the music going and the spotlight, and each player runs out. Like you get the, you know, that
Number 23,
yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
yeah, exactly like that. You know the song, you know that dun,
They
you
do-
got the keyboard.
They do try to do that.
It's just not.
It's
They're not
not as
hitting it.
good,
They're not
yeah.
hitting it. And then they can steal from the AFL. Each player gets their own song. So when
Yeah.
they score,
Well, they do that.
I thought they did that
They
anyway.
do that. Yeah.
it doesn't really feel like they do.
I thought the song that they play after each try was a song
Yeah.
that
It's
that
not
player has
really
picked.
like a. It's not really like promo though. You know, they don't make it into an event. You know,
Okay.
whereas in the AFL, like these days, you know, Charlie kicks
a
it,
goal.
and everyone's singing. You know, like it's a big deal. It's just not a big deal for us here. I reckon two little things that would be kind of amp it up a bit.
Oh, the tailgate party, I'm all over.
I'm into a tailgate party. That'd be amazing.
It's like, yeah, how do you just convince everybody to do that, to get around it?
Free piss.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to
Free
help.
snags.
You could honestly though, you could have Traeger or Weber sponsor that.
Yeah, barbecues
Yeah.
galore. Get on in.
Or even barbecues galore. That makes
Yep.
more sense.
Yep.
And you know what? It only takes two people to start something like that, and then
Bingo.
it grows every week. You
That's
know?
it.
Like that's put your money where your Barbie is.
Next thing you know, you got 150 people riding a Travelator one weekend. It's
That's
like,
true.
what the
Yeah.
Get Bob Catter down. He'll start.
But if
Get him
you-
on the tongs.
If you do that tailgate, you can do it that you raise money for junior club as well.
Like
Yeah,
the
you
bunning
could.
sausage
Bit
sizzle.
like
The
Bunno's.
bunning sausages
Yeah.
or
Yep.
That's one thing I put in the member feedback survey every year is that the food options at the stadium need to get back local community clubs doing their own burger cook-ups.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, bring back Beryl's bloody vanilla slice and stuff, eh?
Oh,
Good
Errol's
luck.
vanilla slice was the
That shit.
Good luck with Red Rooster being corporate saying, hang
I
on, we
know.
paid this amount and
I know.
these guys get a free load. I
There's
don't know.
definitely more independent vendors. Like, you know, you got the barbecue guys down near the corporate stands. Pete knows about the corporate stands. We don't so much. But you get the barbecue boys. Like, there's actually some more food trucks that are not
Okay.
franchises and Red
Yeah,
Roosters
true,
and
true.
Portos
What
coming
can all
in.
of a sudden?
Is it a Porto's now?
Yeah, there's an Portos there now.
Because like at the Wallabies game I went to recently, I saw a Porto was
Yeah.
where Red Rooster normally is, and I thought, is that a corporate partnership that had to change for that one day?
Good question, because I saw a Portos there too, and I just sort of assumed that it's now in a Portos there. But maybe not.
No, I don't think. I think it's Red Rooster. Depends on where it is.
Is it still Reddy's?
I only ever see Red.
Yeah, but for the
Reddy's.
Wallabies it was Porto.
Portos.
Yeah.
And that's like a,
Yeah.
you know, when you go to a Blackhawks game, they only serve you 4X. You can't get a
Yeah.
Northern during the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be corporate sponsorships because
Yeah.
the stadium will switch anything out.
Yeah.
Whoever's paying.
Quick sidebar. How good was that bloody Union game?
Oh, that was awesome,
That
man.
was incredible. Like,
That
I
was-
didn't know what was going on at the end there. Like, how did we just keep going over and over again, like 10 minutes overtime? And I'm like, why don't they just kick it and tie it up? And I assume there's extra time. I didn't know the
no.
law, but they just kept going for it. They backed themselves in. That was a cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign me up.
Get-
Back
get-
to the tipping.
Get Flinders Street
Oh,
on
yeah, the
board.
tipping.
Get Flinders Street on board every venue. Well, if every venue wants to, but you take your footy ticket there after the game, you get 2 for 1 drink.
Love that. That's smart to just stimulate that nighttime economy, man. That would be a brilliantly easy thing to execute. It's like remember when Pink was here and, you know, venues were doing Pink burgers and really, you know, owning that. I think it's happened the last couple of years. Like I loved for the first 2 years I lived here, Townsville Eats. That used to happen pre-game. Like
Yeah,
turn the city into a
Yeah.
festival. Everybody marches to the stadium. I know that it's to do with money and council and everything like that, but that is just a home run. There's obviously a reason why they're not doing that anymore, but that was, for me, what really probably made me fall in love with the Cowboys experience the most. It was like, this is what you do before the game. You go to the Leagues Club and then you walk to the stadium and you feel like you're part of the whole game.
I think part of that was the mayor changed, but that might
gonna
have had
say-
something to do with it.
Yeah, our council's firing on all cylinders.
Yes, it's going
This
totally well.
podcast's got to wrap up because we could keep talking about that. if you want.
I think I'll put that in the run sheet.
It's on the
further
run
down.
sheet. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Is it?
don't
Okay,
worry.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
So very quickly around the table, Storm Broncos. I'm going Storm. Pete,
Yeah, what's your margin?
I went 8. Storm by 8.
I got Storm by 38.
30.
Fuck the Broncos.
Oh, well, look, I mostly agree. Billy?
Billy.
Yes, give me the Broncos because I can stop anyone.
Yeah,
That's true.
I like it.
That's
yes.
true. Yep.
Yes. Archie, if you're not aware, Billy got on the Adelaide
Crows.
Crows just before finals. They went out in straight sets.
League leaders.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're all aboard. Whatever Billy goes, don't get on board. Goes quite well. Morgan's not too far behind with that either. But anyway, Storm, Broncos,
I'm going to go Storm by 12.
12. And Morgan?
Storm by 6.
Storm by 6.
Yep,
Bit
yep.
tighter.
I think even less. You could go Storm by 2.
You could, because Storm are very good at getting a penalty in front
Yep.
when it's tight. So,
In fact, I will go Storm by 2.
yeah.
Yeah,
eh?
Storm by 2. Or 1.
There it is. All right. Well, that's probably rugby league for the year. We may come back next year. Who knows? When I say next year, I mean next week.
Oh, are we still next week? Fuck.
Well, the people want this to
demand
happen.
it.
Now, we've only got one pay or pass. It's would you buy Broncos shares? I don't know who put this in there.
That was me because I found out today that you can invest in the Broncos on the ASX. Did we all know this?
No.
You
They
can
are a
genuinely buy.
publicly-
Can we bring it up, Billy? Chuck
publicly
in
listed company.
ASX, Brisbane Broncos, publicly listed company. They're trading about $1.90 from memory.
$1.32.
$1.30. Now they've had a bit of a spike in the last couple of days.
This is a hot stock.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a
just
buy.
change it to max.
Sure,
Go
it's not a
max.
sell.
So they are popping right now. Now,
Now,
would you?
when you say popping, that starts at 2003.
No, I know, but right now
well before
we are popping it right now. So I'm not saying we all love the Broncos, but as a financial investment, would you buy $500 worth of Broncos stock?
At $1.32.
What do you
Yeah,
reckon?
and sell it just before the game on Sunday.
See, for me, this comes back to superstition, right?
Yep.
It's like I hung a lot of shit on Donnie, my co-host, because last year he couldn't get a ticket to a particular Broncos game, so he became a 1 or a 2 match member just so he could go to the ground. Now he hates the Broncos, but I challenged him on that and said, "But now you're a member, so
Yeah.
how does that sit with you, right?" I feel like trying to make financial gain to put money into the Bronx.
I don't mind it.
No,
okay.
I'm out.
I reckon it's pretty cheap, $1.32.
Oh, it's very I mean,
Mate, look at
it's
it.
like
It's-
Fredo.
Yeah, they'll lose on Sunday, and that'll go from $1.32 back to
48 cents.
2020 at 48 cents.
Can you do some numbers for me, Morg? So if you got in at the best time, which is back into 1999, can we do like if you'd only invested $10,000 then, how much would you have now?
Oh man, I don't think you can. Oh, I guess you'd easily double, triple your money.
Well,
Let's say
500
1,000% all time.
$500 at 12-cent shares. What that give you? 6,000 shares.
yeah, I mean it's a decent investment.
And now selling at $1.32.
This is me bailing out because I don't know the math to do it. But someone I'm sure could do it quickly in ChatGPT or something.
In short, never. I would not buy Broncos shares.
No,
You could wait
It's
till
just not
they're going
happening.
really crap again and then
I'm actually
Fine.
I'm,
600 shares.
that actually if you're buying a Broncos membership just to get tickets, I can see that that's how Broncos have such a high membership
Yeah.
because being a one-team town, if you're a Rooster supporter living in Brisbane, that's the only way you're getting tickets.
well, some people get it just for the cheap KO and stuff, you know.
Yeah, although I
Rob's a Roosters fan. We just find out.
no. The current worst team in the AFL is who I support. So, but I've always supported them, and I picked my team.
The Lions.
No,
Oh, sorry.
We're back to back.
West Coast.
Going to be back to back
Worst
to back to back
supporters.
to
I
back.
thought you said worst supporters.
Yakety yak.
All right,
Trying to do the maths on ChatGPT while we go.
last one, and then we'll wrap it up and let Archie get some sleep. He's got to get up in
Been
about.
sleeping all day.
He's got to get up in about 3 hours and do a radio show.
It's true. It's hard work.
Yeah, terrible. This one's.
He's
This
going
one.
to take all this content and just talk about this show for the first
What
2
are you
hours
saying? You
tomorrow.
just zoom in.
I'm still trying to find this. Anyway, this $10,000 start.
Now, if we get a like, I'm going to summarize this.
Yep.
Well, it's pay or pass, so it's either one or the other. So Troy Thompson or Nick DeMeadow was the original question, and I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm going to go Nick DeMeadow. I think he's going to win it in the landslide.
I'll buy shares in him. He's going to win. I reckon 85% of the vote he's going to win.
Ooh, wow.
Yep. He's going to kill it.
Okay.
Wow, yeah. I mean, he was on the front foot, wasn't he? He got out there on day one, so
Yeah.
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 We all know who Pete's going for.
I'm in two minds. I like the idea of Nick DeMeno, but I'll be going Troy. I reckon
Alrighty.
he's got a lot to offer still.
Phil.
That's good.
Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nick Riviera. I don't know. You've probably got to remain impartial. You never know who's going to be on the show next week.
That's very true. I'm not going to be here anymore, but I probably shouldn't.
Have
actually.
you had our boy Troy on the show? Has he ever phoned in?
Funny story, because no, I don't think so. However, like we have a system, right? and like we save people's numbers, and mainly it's like
hotline.
Well, it's mainly so like if you ring up, I can immediately say I really like being able to make it personal rather than going, hey, who's this every single time?
Gotcha.
And there is a guy called Troy and Stewart, right?
Yeah, right.
And he popped up last week, and we were doing this sketch about Anthony Albanese. You know how we took that photo with Donald Trump?
Yeah.
We did this sketch about like, you know, he finally gets this meeting that he's been waiting for forever, and we thought it'd be funny we used AI to have we bugged the office.
Oh, I heard that. That was
And it was basically, you know, he finally gets his meeting, and Albo's trying to negotiate with Trump because we got Snoop Dogg, we want Jimmy Barnes to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
That's fair.
Right? So that was the premise of the gag. It went to air, and then someone called Troy from Stewart rang up afterwards and started going, basically accused Albo of being useless and whatever. And it was only until after it went to air where a listener text messaged me and said, I reckon that was Troy Thompson. We listened back to it, and like it sounded a little bit like him, but another Danny at the station, she reckons that this guy who it's labelled Troy and Stewart rings up all the time. He's got a kid who's with NDIS or something like that. So she had a bit of a backstory about him, and I said, okay, well that doesn't check out with, you know, the now suspended, resigned. It's hard to keep up there. So
Running again.
Yeah, it's quite a long one, but
Candidate.
Yeah, so I don't think he has rung up. I know that Wildy has had him on Power 100.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. So
Power fan.
yeah, it was a while ago, like, you know.
Yeah, it was in the afternoon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was a long time
I
ago.
was driving home from work listening to that, and I was thinking, oh, yeah, you know, this is good. New mayor, a little bit of a prospect. You know, turn it up, give it a listen. Yeah. And yeah, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tight. I think like Nick announcing early, I think is probably going to scare off anyone else who wanted to put their hand up, because then it will just dilute it. But I don't know. Tell you what, I'm really upset that this is happening now. I mean, the content that's going to come out of this and how I'm leaving the city. I mean, that's what I've got a bit of gripe with Troy about. Could he not have done this just a little bit sooner, and then we could have had a bit of fun?
He's really screwed you.
Huh?
He's really screwed you on this.
Yeah, oh, jeez. I won't forget that.
How long? This sounds morbid. How long have you got?
Do you know what's so funny? Somebody asked me, who asked me that? Cliffo from Triple M.
Really?
Actually, we were at NAFA on Thursday night, and I saw him, and we were actually good mates, and we were standing in line getting a beer, and he goes to me, so how long have you got? I said, the doctor says 2 weeks, mate. Just 2 weeks. I wrap up next Friday, the 10th of October.
Wow,
That is soon. That is soon.
That is quick.
Not soon enough for a by-election, apparently. So,
No.
yeah. But we had a good moment today on the show, because last year I wrote this song all about the year of Townsville and like all the news, and it was in the theme of like, you know, in the start of the Grinch, where it's the Dr. Seuss kind of poem all about Whoville. Yep. So I did a whole thing last year about all the crap that happened in our city. And right at the end, it was the last line was, you know, I can't remember the rhyme, but it was like, what happens next year? Did someone say by-election? And so today on the show, I said, just like the Simpsons predict everything, we predicted a by-election just in time for Christmas. I reckon that what the council should do is work out how they're going to unveil the new mayor. Like, I reckon like an exploding Christmas tree or something cool like that.
Yeah.
Like, how's that moment going to happen? It's a big moment in the city.
Cannonball.
Popping out of a Christmas cake?
Yeah.
Like Under Siege.
Like very much like Under Siege. At what minute?
Nah. I think I've
4
got
minutes,
it.
32 seconds.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Here, what you do.
Creed.
You get two buttons, 2 plungers, right? And you get the Christmas tree. And you know, like they got to hit the button to light the tree up.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get the key for the car, you get your listeners, you know, someone's got a key. So then the mayors rock up, you know, you got Nick and Troy and whoever else. And they can all go up and they can try and hit the button and see if the tree lights up. If the tree lights up, you're the mayor.
You should be in radio promotions.
I like it.
We'll talk after.
brilliant.
That is pretty good. I'm happy with that.
I think we deserve that as a city. What do you guys think? You know,
Absolutely.
it's been
I'd go.
tumultuous time. We need a bit of fun.
To make us all go to the polls again,
Yeah. We can tailgate it.
that's the reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
know?
like it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even, I'm just going to take it a step
And
further.
bring back public street caroling as well.
I thought you were going to say public stoning.
Yeah,
or something.
I was like,
Or
what?
public streaking.
I'm not.
Whatever way wins votes.
Just not the mayors who are going for it. Anyway, I'm going to rest mine after that. That's
No, come on. What is it?
I
No,
think
I'm
streaking.
kidding.
We got to hit.
I was going to line up the mayors in those dunking tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Have them all
Yep.
like that. Well, you don't throw a ball. It's just like, whoever's the winner, bang, and then one person just gets to
Just
sit there.
stays.
They're all dry. The rest,
Imagine that, like on voting night, you know, we're all checking our phones, watching
Yeah.
the votes come in, and then it's like, go out to either Queensland Country Bank.
Perfect.
Or we go to Riverway for our fans up in Kerwin, and it's just these two guys or whoever else is in the race sitting on dunk tanks.
Yeah.
And it's as soon as like when they're ready to concede,
Yep.
they just go bang, and then they have to make a speech and they're soaking wet.
That's awesome.
That'd be brilliant.
Perfect.
Bit of theatre.
Suits North
You
Queensland.
can't leave yet. You got too many ideas.
No, this is you guys. I'm giving this to you. It's either this or Creed at the grand final.
Look,
gonna-
I'll take Creed.
Why not both? And on that note, yes, thanks for following. Look, thanks, Archie. It's been a pleasure listening to you for the last 2 years, 3 years.
3.5.
3.5. It has been an absolute pleasure. And has been a pleasure getting to know you over this time as well, having run into each other here and there. I will never forget let's call it a catch at the Goldfield Ashes.
Oh, thank you. Just leave me with that little right hook.
My cricket team has a thing that we used to call the Howie flop, which when you drop a catch, but you fall down as you're taking a catch, it's now called the Archie flop. So
I'll be back for the Ashes.
good. That is
Good.
good.
Thank you so much for having me on the pod, guys. I
Thanks
really
for coming
appreciate
on.
it.
Best of luck in the sunny coast, and I'm sure it won't be the last we hear of you.
No, you can download iHeartRadio, so it's 92.7 Mix FM. There we go. There's the plug for the new place.
There we go.
You've got it down pat already.
But keep listening to Power 100 or Star here in Townsville.
And the next person coming in is going to have big shoes to fill, taking in your footsteps.
Yeah, I am a size 11, mate, so
Really, with that size body? Far out.
think about it.
Call yourself Thorpey.
Think about it.
Like you
On
got
the
some
range.
big socks.
On the Ranch NQ on Instagram, XOBub on Twitter, on the Spot Facebook page. I don't know, he might do a video, probably not. There's no footy.
Shit, no.
At Morgan Holmes Evans, thanks to Fusion Networks.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks again, Archie.
Thank you, boys.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Who do we say?
Go Storm.
Go Storm.
Go the Philly Eagles. 4-0.
Go Brisbane Heat.
Brisbane Heat, yeah, we'll go.